So what, and we probably need to wrap this up here.
Justin's on his day off. We can keep him. It's fine.
But let's just end up with talking about apologetics. What do you see as the future of apologetics in the church?
I think it's gonna. I don't know if I'd call it on the peripheral aspect of the church right now, but it certainly won't be in the future. I think as we get further and further, the need for not only being able to give answers, not only be able to give a defense. And I think apologetics, as it covers a lot of different areas and using the word in a broad term, not just having like debates and high level thinking type of apologetics, but just being able to engage our world and explain why we do and don't do certain things. Where I think apologetics for morality is becoming a bigger deal. Explaining why, sometimes we think of apologetics between key worldviews and different religions, but sometimes just having a defense for why, as Christians, you don't abortion or gender, or and so a little bit getting more into a defense for just morals is a kind of a shift, I think, in some of the bent of apologetics that's becoming more prominent and probably will be as we move forward.
Well, you're in good company because Andreas Kostenberger, who we interviewed recently, pretty much said kind of the same thing. So, good job. That's the right answer then.
That's so good. He had my answer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What going forward can we focus on as individuals of what's the best kind of not apologetic approach, but as far as, I guess, being open, because as you mentioned, I almost see it as a benefit. The 1950s had this idea of I'm an American, therefore I'm a Christian. And so you had a prevalence of, just moderate Christians or those that came for the, for the potlucks. and so now you have more the decline of Christianity. Should we be more concerned with, I guess, as a church as a whole, having answers that, as you said, speak to morality? Is there still a benefit for having a broader aspect on the outlook of apologetics?
Oh, absolutely. I think my own personal just bent is that if any type of head knowledge that we have in apologetics should, if it's not applied, if someone has all the answers but they're not talking to anybody and they're not interacting with people, I'm not sure. I hope the future of apologetics is such that all the answers then lead to conversation and cultural engagement. Because if the church is really good at apologetics, but we only talk about it within the church, I do think there's the personal confidence aspect that I talked about earlier, that students can strengthen their own personal faith, knowing that there are answers to their questions. But I hope the more we study and the more we come to those and develop answers, we're actually providing those answers to the watching world. Or otherwise, I think the church will be very ineffective if our apologetics is limited to within internal church discussion.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons why we're just not handed a list of rules in book form. We're given people's lives. We're told what happened. We see an active version of faith, and that goes not only for how to treat husbands as wives, but also how we interact with who God is, who He's revealed Himself to be, and also providing answers so that it's supremely beneficial for anything that we do, including things like politics, how to raise children. All that stuff is what the Christian worldview talks to. So great.